Welcome to FencingBuddies Podcast. I'm Alex, and with me is Sarah. Today we're diving into a fascinating article from the Scientific Journal of Sport and Performance titled, Bounce or Step, the Evolutionary Leap in Elite Épée Fencing Footwork and its Impact on Performance.
Thanks, Alex. This article really caught my attention because footwork is so fundamental to fencing, yet we often teach it in very traditional ways. Seeing an empirical study directly comparing two distinct styles, especially at the Olympic level, is incredibly valuable.
Absolutely. I mean, as a foil fencer and now a youth coach, I've always hammered home the standard heel-to-toe step, maintaining that classic end guard position. But I've definitely seen some of the younger épée fencers, and even some of the elite ones, moving with a much lighter, almost bouncy rhythm. What exactly are the authors defining as bouncing versus stepping here?
Good question, Alex. They define stepping as the traditional heel-to-toe motion, where feet move independently, and the distance between them can shorten or lengthen. Bouncing, on the other hand, is described as moving from the balls of the feet, heels mostly off the piste, with synchronous leg movement, often maintaining a more consistent distance between the feet. It's almost like a constant spring in their step.
Synchronous leg movement, that's interesting. So it's not just a lighter step, but more of a coordinated push off the balls of both feet? I can totally see how that could give you quicker reactions. We talk about reactive agility a lot in training. Does the article suggest that's why fencers might be adopting this bouncing style?
Exactly. The article posits that bouncing footwork might leverage the stretch-shortening cycle of the Achilles tendon, potentially enhancing speed and energy efficiency. They even draw parallels to other combat sports like taekwondo or kickboxing, where that kind of light, bouncy movement supports rapid directional changes and explosive actions. It's about being constantly ready to explode forward or retreat.
That makes sense. I've seen that in my athletes. The ones who are a bit more dynamic often have that slight bounce. But what really jumped out at me in the abstract was the gender difference. It said female fencers predominantly used bouncing and it was associated with higher attack success, but male fencers showed greater success with stepping. Why the split?
That was a surprising finding. For females, bouncing footwork was significantly associated with higher attack success in both 2012 and 2020 Olympics. For males, however, stepping footwork seemed to be more successful. The authors suggest it could be due to differences in physical attributes, tactical preferences, or even national coaching strategies that might lean towards one style for different sexes. Perhaps female fencers, on average, benefit more from the agility and quicker tempo the bounce provides, while male fencers might utilize the stability and power transfer of stepping for more precise or forceful attacks.
So it's not just a one-size-fits-all situation. But here's the real kicker for me, 66.7% of Olympic medalists using bouncing footwork, though gold medals were more often won with stepping. That's a huge paradox. If bouncing gives you more success generally, why are the gold medalists stepping? Is it about precision over sheer volume of attacks?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It suggests that while bouncing might increase the frequency or opportunity for attacks due to better agility and responsiveness, stepping might allow for higher precision or efficiency per attack. Gold medal bouts are often decided by very few, perfectly timed actions, not just a high volume of attempts. A stepping action might be more stable for a deeper lunge, allowing a fencer to truly own the distance and hit with definitive timing, rather than just being quick.
I can see that. For a high-pressure gold medal match, you might want to rely on that rock-solid, precise action rather than just being fast. So, as a coach, how do I interpret this for my young fencers? Should I be teaching them both? Should I let them gravitate to one naturally?
The study strongly supports an individualized approach. It's not about choosing one over the other, but equipping fencers with both styles. An athlete who can seamlessly transition between a bouncy approach for maintaining distance and creating openings, and then a powerful, precise stepping attack for the finish, will have a huge tactical advantage. It allows them to adapt their footwork to the specific opponent, the score, or even just the feel of the bout.
That's a great point. Flexibility in footwork means flexibility in strategy. You might use the bounce to probe and feel out the distance, then switch to a step for a definitive, committed action. It adds another layer to their toolkit, which is what we're always trying to do.
Exactly. And this study just scratches the surface. Future research could look into the biomechanics with motion capture and force plates to really understand the energy expenditure and power generation of each, and how athlete morphology, like height or limb length, influences which style is more effective for whom.
That would be amazing to see. For now, the key takeaway for fencers and coaches is clear: don't get stuck in a single footwork philosophy. Develop both the traditional stepping and the modern bouncing techniques. They each have their place, and mastering both will make you a much more adaptable and dangerous fencer.
Absolutely. The sport is always evolving, and our training methods should evolve with it.
Thanks everyone for listening to FencingBuddies Podcast. Until next time, keep your distance and stay sharp.